name is Mkazi. I am the Marketing and Business Development Officer for Mkazi Concepts. We are a health technologies company that develops IoT devices for infection prevention and control services or systems. My background, I'm originally from the Eastern Cape in Mount Frere, and I grew up here in Durban, and I spent a lot of my time in organizational development, retail banking, and also in aviation. I joined Mkazi Concepts in 2017 as a business development officer. That was just after the inception of the company. The company was started in 2016, so I joined in 2017 and have been heading up that role since then, and it's been amazing. Our product is an infection and prevention and control system. It's an internet-connected hand sanitizer dispenser that is able to accurately identify end users to resolve the problem of healthcare-associated infections and cross-contaminations and stop the spread of contagious pathogens during moments of contact between people. It's particularly designed for the healthcare sector and any other sectors where human contact is a common factor. So it's designed for high foot traffic environments to prevent communicable diseases. When we were developing the system, my co-founders and myself are non-technical. We're non-engineers, we're more ideators. And we approached the technology station in electronics at TUT in Johannesburg and proposed the idea to them and told them what it is, how it works, what we were thinking. And they were able to source funding through the Technology Stations Accelerator program. It's a program that is funded by the Technology Innovation Agency for prototype development and seeding of ideas and prototypes. And they were able to build our first version prototype based on the ideas that we gave them. The common problem that we address is the issue of there needing to be physical observers to monitor hand hygiene practice within healthcare facilities. So when healthcare professionals or when a hand sanitation action is performed within a clinic or hospital, for example, needs to be an observer present to manually record that an observation or that a hand sanitation action was performed. So we digitize this by creating unique digital identifiers and profiles for end users, and we include the patient in the infection prevention control chain. So we've developed a mobile application that then integrates radio frequency technologies and near-field communication technologies. So we found a method to repurpose these traditionally used bank cards, which have a form of tap-to-pay feature, which is NFC technology. So what's traditionally not done is that 60 billion of these cards are issued globally. It's a widely accepted standard that everybody has a multitude of these in their possession. We allow the end user to then initiate a health record by being able to scan the bank card on the smartphone application. They're then able to remotely initiate a health record from their home, and they use this very same card to then trigger the devices. When arriving at the healthcare establishment, they no longer need to share their identity data. They simply trigger the device, wash their hands, and the device is able to identify the data that they have populated remotely. What it does is it speeds administrations because no time is spent having to capture and populate a healthcare record, and the data is then shareable across infrastructure. On the mobile application, the end user can view they can view all of their sanitary actions that were performed in statement format and in data format, in tables and such, so they can view their movement statistics. And the other information that they can view is that on the health record, because the health record that is shared with the healthcare infrastructure is editable by the healthcare establishment or administration, they can then view their healthcare record. So when an administrator edits or adds medication, treatments, and referrals, you can then view that referral data on your mobile application. It increases the use of sanitizer products. These devices are generally manually operated, they're push operated or foot operated, but they don't really tell us any information about who's using them, where they're using them, how frequently they're using them from, and they don't assess any patterns of behavioral patterns of risk, and they don't provide any early warning systems. So digitizing this system or this method of data collection then allows actionable insights from the healthcare establishments to be able to identify who's entering and exiting facilities, how often they're performing the sanitary function, and it allows them to identify behavioral patterns and potential risk areas so that they can mitigate risk. So our biggest challenges were skill, sourcing the right know-how in terms of how to build the technology, the knowledge sets that are necessary to build the technology stack and the functionality of the system that we were wanting to build requires a lot of research, and using student engineers, because of there not being a wide use case for the method that we use, there needs to be a lot of research done into how to code certain systems and how to introduce the different types of technologies to form a single functional system. So that's one of the major challenges that we face, which we have overcome. We've managed to secure funding from the Technology Innovation Agency. We've secured funding through various innovation competitions that we've entered, but the Technology Innovation Agency has been our primary technology development funder. And we've secured funding from the Innovation Hub as of most recently as one of the GAP competition winners in the ICT category for 2023. And another organization called Bridge for Billions, which was a competition. So a lot of it is competition. A lot of funding is that is bootstrapping from the founders. However, a very large portion is technology development funding from Technology Innovation Agency. So one of the key problems is that there's lack of budget. There's short staffing issues, so they're understaffed. Basically, there is one environmental health inspector for every 100 patients. Yeah, there is one in seven South Africans are currently at risk of contracting a healthcare-associated infection with each hospital visit. And there is, in Gauteng, for an example, 383 healthcare facilities, primary healthcare facilities servicing around 19.8 million patients a year, with a hand hygiene compliance rate of 40%. So when you put that into perspective, you have nearly 20 million people visiting 383 facilities, but hand hygiene compliance is only at 40%, which means that the risk of a infectious threat spreading is far higher because we are only meeting the sanitation or the hand hygiene performance 40% of the time. Healthcare-associated infections increase hospital stays and they inflate the healthcare budget due to the fact that you have to retreat. You have to repeat treatments. By digitizing and automating systems such as observation systems and monitoring systems and surveillance systems, we want our technology to be at the forefront of new use cases for hand hygiene and sanitation technologies. And we want to use the data collected by our devices to improve standards compliance, and to also rapidly engage patients and rapidly collect informative data that can be used to strengthen the healthcare establishment or the healthcare enterprises of South Africa. So this journey has impacted me personally. It's taught me to not assume. It's taught me that ideas are great, but actioning the ideas is a long, lengthy process of patience and diligence and discipline. Assuming is fantastic. Assuming the best outcome is ideally what we all want, but there are processes and procedures and steps that need to be taken for you to reach that plateau, and this also taught me that the plateau is only this plateau, that there are plateaus beyond that. And this taught me another thing is that it's taught me that falling is part of learning how to walk, which is a very I'm an action sports person. I enjoy action sports and extreme sports, and I've always known that, but applying those principles to business has been very different and very exciting, and it's taught me to be braver, to be more forceful in my desires, in the things that I want to achieve, and to be able to explain better the thought processes behind the thought processes and the reasoning behind what we've built and how it impacts the greater social ecosystem that we are trying to permeate into. So that's one of the things. And then professionally, it's taught me to be a better leader of self more than others. is that I've taught myself that I can. It's taught me that I can deliver so much more of myself than I previously engaged in when serving in employment for other organizations. When you work for somebody else, or when you work for somebody other than self, it's always a slot-in position. It's always much more relaxed because you're executing on duties and roles and responsibilities that are handed to you. Whereas when you're creating those roles and responsibilities and have to be the example for those roles and responsibilities, you realize the amount of work that actually goes into running a successful organization. Is that it's non-stop, and it's a beautiful process because the creation of the organization of the organization is quite a fascinating and very demanding process. It's flexible. There's a lot of creativity in it, but there's also a lot of discipline in it, and it's taught me to merge those two roles of the creative in self and the disciplinarian in self to be able to deliver on the objectives that I want, that we want. We are Mkazi Concepts. We are on Instagram. We are at Mkazi Concepts, mkaziconcepts.co.za. I am on LinkedIn, Pure Peace Mjwacha on LinkedIn, and we are reachable via WhatsApp on 081-010-9183. We'd like to thank Innovate Durban for the opportunity to participate in numerous pitch dens that have been held by them as part of the Startup Support Program. We've also been fortunate to receive a form of grant funding from Innovate Durban for the actioning of some of our intellectual property objectives and milestones. And we'd like to thank them for continuously engaging us in introducing us to ecosystem in KwaZulu-Natal.